Hey, what's going on with you, baby? You all right? It's Wednesday night and the time is right for Raw Talk Live. Yay, 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 no, I'm not perfect, no. I made my mistakes, no. What it look like? What's going on? Hey, girlfriend Peggy. Hey, 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 boo, hey.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
You, how you
Hey, beautiful.
doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Fine.
Looking beautiful, looking beautiful.
Well,
As
thank you, honey. So are
always.
you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, very colorful, very, very delightful, very enchanting tonight. You are, girlfriend Peggy.
Yes, yes. I got on all my eclectic bling bling color real naughty tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
All
you
kind
working
of
that
colors,
Gucci.
yeah. That's how I feel, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm such a neutral color person. I don't know why. You like all of the colors, all of the paint colors, colors on the wall, colors on yourself. I'm like, I am so
Sometimes I
black
do.
and white.
Sometimes I do a lot of black too. I think that's why I'm trying to break away from the black all the time and get into some color and something that's wake you up a little bit. That's kind of hard on the eye. You really gotta be like, ooh, blinding girl. You gotta take it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the color is so pretty.
Well,
It
what I
is
did
so
was
pretty.
I had this necklace on. I added something onto the necklace. I added on a brooch to the necklace to give it a kind of different look tonight. Because I had the
Yes.
belt set, the necklace, and the earrings to match. So
All
I wanted to incorporate it all together. So I just
yes,
took the
all
brooch and I
Gucci.
put it on the necklace, and then I took the buckle from the belt and I made it a brooch.
I,
And then I had, put my little earrings on. So all the colors, and then I had a real colorful bracelet that kind of can blend in with the colors and put on and the colorful ring, just pinks and purples.
yes.
So yeah, just a lot of color tonight.
I like it. I like it. No, they're all neutral, plain, just bling and cream. I don't know. I was feeling creamy
It's
tonight.
beautiful.
I'm sad, but you can't see the sparkle on my shirt.
No, you
It's a
can't really see
pretty.
the sparkle on this shirt either, can you? This sequin
Yeah, you
like
can. I can tell that it's some sequins.
yeah, some kind of squares on here. I don't know if it's sequins, but it's some it's that tiny little plastic
Mm-hmm.
plastic on there.
No, that's pretty. That's
Thank
very
you. Yeah, this
nice.
retro, this real old. This little tank top is real old. I've had it around for years. Trust me. Yeah.
And that's
But that's
good.
what you
Sometimes
do.
you have to hmm,
Yeah. You keep your things. You fold them up and put them in a plastic bag and store them away. So when you want to pull them back out, like I got leather vest and leather this and leather that, I don't keep it out all. Hold it up and put it away and store it until I'm ready to pull it out for the season.
hmm.
Sweaters and stuff like that too. Because I hate to keep going back buying shawls and sweaters and this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
Because I
but
got plenty of
yeah,
things.
sometimes you have to just shop your own closet.
Yeah, exactly. Those who just not just rolling in dough like that. I
Come
got
on, somebody.
a nice old man that just don't mind taking you shopping just for whatever.
Why he
Anytime you
gotta
want to
be
go.
old?
Oh man, that doesn't mean he's old. That doesn't mean he's old. That's just a saying. You know that. Come on now. You be a nice,
Oh,
fine
this is my
looking
old
man.
man.
Well,
I
it's kind of like what I'm used to saying, old man.
I ain't never said that. This
You
is
never
my
said old man?
man. You know what? I ain't had no man to say this is my man about. I I I, I don't. I I don't have no, to introduce somebody to, "Oh, this is my man." I don't have that. The only time I had anybody to introduce, it was my husband.
Right. Same here. Well, pretty much same here, but we too old to say boyfriend.
Yeah, right.
Do you say this my dude, this my man, this you say my old man.
My friend.
No, not if he ain't your friend. Then he gonna say, "Oh, God, that's all I am to you, is a friend." You know the other question.
Well, then I might say, "This is my man." I don't know if I would say, "This is my old man."
I feel funny even saying this is my man.
Huh?
I just feel weird to have to say this is my man to somebody. This my man. This my old man. It just seems so weird.
Just to only say man?
Just to say this is my man. It's like you're rubbing it in somebody's face, like y'all together. Come on, you gotta say all that. I know that's your man. I know y'all got a special thing going on. I know it's you, Mr. Jones. Yeah.
But you're introducing them, you just say, this is so and so. This is James or John or
yeah.
Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Whatever you feel like in the moment, I guess. That's what.
Yeah, you know what? But I have a hard time with that. I working that out of my mind as to what I would say or how I would introduce somebody. Maybe I would say, "This is my sweetheart."
That's that.
This is my sweetheart.
Yeah. So you can take that to mean whatever you want to mean.
Yeah.
Use your imagination. Let it run with you.
Yeah. Well, look, it ain't much left with that. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Darren. Hi, baby. How you doing? Yes. Shout out to all the Raw Talkers in the building. We see you up there. Jump in, say hello, how are you? We want to know where you are, what you're doing, how you been, and all of that good stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. And men do that too. I don't want you to call me your old lady. Some say girl. I don't like girl. Don't call me your girl. Because that's what I call my girlfriend. This is my girl, So this is my lady. This is
see, that's smooth. This is my lady is smooth. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm your lady. If I'm your lady, yeah, this is my lady. And that's proper. Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Mr. Rogers. In the neighborhood. Saying hello.
Yeah, so yeah.
My lady is proper. That's proper.
Yeah, that's proper. To say I'm your woman sounds like a possession.
This is my lady, this is my woman, this is my man, this is Big Daddy, this is whoever.
I ain't calling you Big Daddy.
Well, I ain't doing that either.
I ain't calling you no Big Daddy. Get out of here. But tonight we were going to talk about a number of things. Of course, the main thing is the 20 questions and the questions that you that you pose to somebody when you're thinking about dating and that sort of thing. But before we do that, I wanted to share something else with you that'll give folks a chance to catch up with us, and it won't take long. But it just came to my attention that there was a brawl on the Carnival Cruise line a couple of weeks ago, involving maybe about 60 people or so. And well, I tell you what, here's the news story. Let's see what they have to say.
You may have seen that viral video showing a wild scene on a Carnival cruise ship, an all-out brawl. If you haven't seen it, you're gonna. That violent fight involving dozens of people, and this morning we are now learning why cruisegoers came to blows. Ileana Diaz is joining us live with the latest, Ileana.
Hey, good morning, Mitch. Right now, that Carnival Magic is out to sea on another 8-day cruise, stopping in Puerto Rico and Turks and Caicos. But you just mentioned it. It's what happened on its last cruise that's taking a lot of people really for shock. Take a look at this video. This is what happened. Police say this dance floor fight started between two people, then others quickly joined in. By the time the brawl was broken up, anywhere from 40 to 60 people were involved in this brawl. Passengers who witnessed the fight say it started over cheating allegations. It happened just before 5:30 Tuesday morning on the final night of the ship's 8-day cruise. Passengers punched and shoved each other while an outnumbered ship security guard tried to break it all up. Cruise officials called the U.S. Coast Guard for an escort back to the dock, and New York police and paramedics were there when the ship arrived. Carnival Magic released a statement saying a number of guests were involved in an altercation in a nightclub. Thankfully, no serious injuries were reported, and our onboard security team intervened. Meanwhile, in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. So there you go, fighting over cheating. Now, you know, Peggy, you and I have cruised before, and you get locked up in there. You know, it's not like you're in a building somewhere where there's multiple exits. You on in a club on a cruise ship, there's one way in and one way out, and people start fighting, and then that can be a real scary scene because it's dark in there. I see they turned on the lights, but it's dark in there. You don't know which way is up, what's going on. I would have been terrified. Terrified. So I wish I just want to know the sordid details. I want to know who was cheating with, did they meet somebody on the ship and try to sneak off with them to another room? Or did they find out, did somebody find out that somebody else was cheating, like before they even were you cheating with somebody on the ship? Or did they just find out that you were cheating?
Right.
Did somebody go through somebody's phone and find something inappropriate?
Yes.
What was happening? I want to know. That wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It's just like, go back and get more of the story. We want the juicy, low down, dirty, nasty details. That's what we want. Doggone it.
Raw. We want the skinny on everything.
Darren said, now the world has truly gone crazy. Look. Folks be out of their mind. And then, you get on a cruise ship and people drink. They smuggle liquor in or they buy the liquor package. They are drinking to beat the band.
Yeah. They fully loaded. Full steam
they are
ahead.
fully loaded because they know they don't have to drive, and that's what you go on the cruise for, so you can fall down sloppy, pissy, stinking, nasty ass drunk.
Somebody, a woman or a gentleman and help you back to your room. I guess you wander around on the ship deck until you find the right floor that you need to be on to get home.
Listen, been there, done that. We know, don't we? Yeah. Right. But here's something else.
Even when I was on our cruise, I didn't drink. Because
you're not a drinker.
Right, I'm not a drinker, so I didn't drink. I'm always a designated driver, or I'm driving myself most of the time. So I have to be alert. I have to be with it because I'm not gonna risk getting a DUI. Yeah, but I wonder what was some cheating going on. Was she on the ship or he or whoever it was on the ship with them, and she found out that she was on board as well.
Yeah.
And maybe he was doing some dipping and creeping and keeping to her cabin. Who knows? Mm-hmm. We don't know. Like you say, we just have to leave it to our imagination. A hell of a time to find out. I think we're having some technical difficulties. As we were saying, that's a hell of a time to find out about your old man cheating and confront him on a ship where everybody took liberty and jumping in the fight and just having a good time, taking out the aggression on whoever was close by. I guess that's what happened. And I guess they got everything under control and everybody got off the ship safely. I don't know if the the trip was cut short, or they just headed back to the nearest dock, or what they did. But escorted some people off the ship. So we don't know. Like I said, it's something she came across at the last minute, and we just decided to talk about it. So that that's not the only story. That's not the only people that's going crazy, that's going wild. It seems that there's another story that's hot right now that's circling the internet, is a fight in the AutoZone. I don't know if it was AutoZone or the Advanced Auto Store, where a young lady decided she wanted to go behind the counter and grab a clerk and drag her out and beat her up. She threw her down on the floor. She kicked her. She gave her a couple of punches. I guess after she had hit her enough or took out enough aggression on the cashier, the customer started to walk around the store while the cashier got up off the floor and politely went behind the counter and grabbed her gun. And yes, she came back and she busted the cap in her behind. Not one, but two. So that's another story that's floating around on the air. That's it's not funny. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. It's a little sad. But she busted two caps in her. I just kept talking about. I went on from that to the next story, and you can see, you can hear her saying, why you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? You just beat the girl up. You just beat the cashier up.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
So none of that, whatever you said, was on, because it was it was all the way down, or did you still see yourself?
I stayed on. I stayed on.
Oh, okay.
I was on the whole
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So I just finished up the cruise story. And then I went on to the other story about the cashier, the customer and the cashier fighting in the auto parts store.
Yeah.
We talked about that one. Yeah, I don't
That's
think we have
good.
a clip of that one.
Yeah, I know what happened. And,
We don't have a clip of that one, do we?
No.
Okay. But it's hot.
Huh?
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
Yes, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, we were talking about that because folks always talking about, whose ass they gonna whip, and and all of that stuff. And you can't, somebody gonna get hurt for real. You can go in thinking that you're the baddest bitch, and you're gonna whip somebody ass, and then you end up getting shot. You can wake up dead.
You gonna wake up dead, girlfriend? Wake up on the other side.
Yeah, it's like, listen, that's figure out another way to resolve your issue, because she wasn't expecting for that person to having a gun at work, ready to pop a cap in her ass at the, and
I know she wasn't.
And you know what happens when you do that is, then it starts a whole big retaliation thing. Okay, now I beat you up. Now you shot me. Now somebody in my family gonna come shoot you.
Right.
And
it's gonna go on and on and on. Right.
Where does it end? How do you stop that?
Right, and it seems like it's an epidemic with fighting in these stores. Like, what happened to etiquette? What happened to manners? What happened to knowing when to walk away? What happened to, I'm not going to patronize this store anymore. I'll call corporate and walk away from the cashier. Get out. You don't have to patronize that store. They don't have what you want. The cashier's rule, whatever it is, tell us your rules. You rule. You want me to get my business again. See you when I see you. Out. And I'll report you. And go about your business. But to stand there and actually grab the person and want to beat them on their job and beat them up, and it's going too far. It's just too much.
It's too much.
And there's
Jane is in the virtual building.
Hey, Jane.
Yeah, the game has changed.
Huh?
Jane is right. The game has changed.
Yeah, it has changed. It's straight and it's straight up crazy. Because, like I say, you don't know if you're gonna be in Walmart and you're gonna have to hit the floor because somebody in there shooting down the place. I mean, it's another video that's going viral right now, also in front of the Dollar Tree. They say it was a group of girls inside the Dollar Tree just fighting and showing their asses. I mean, just tearing the store up. And they to the point where they didn't even want to go in the store. They was like, I'm not even going in there. I just wait outside until they finish or whatever, because they probably knew the cops was going to be coming shortly.
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 girls in there just carrying on and tearing up the store, and who knows if they was beating the jump of the clerk or what was going on in there. But it was like, I'm not going in there. You go in there and you get caught up in the crossfire of some crap. Who is that?
Fasha says, and welcome to the show. She says, reviews hurt the business worse than risking your life. You put a review on Facebook, you put a review on Yelp about that business, and it carries more weight. And like you said, girlfriend Peggy, you make a phone call to corporate, you write a letter to corporate, about this person and their behavior, and let them handle it. Now your ass all shot up. You ruined for the rest of your life.
Yeah, now you got a record. You might be arrested. Who knows? You got assault charges. Now you got to get an attorney and get out of jail. Just ruining your life over this event that really could have been handled better.
Much better. And I know it has a trickle down effect. It has a negative impact on your family. Who's going to get you out? Who's going to bail you out? Who's going to help you get a lawyer? Because see, anybody I think that has that kind of mentality, they ain't got no money.
Listen.
They ain't got no money for no lawyer.
No, and then not even that. Like I say, I know when I go out there, I got too much to lose because I get locked up behind bars and go to jail. I got a house to lose, vehicles, and whatever else. I'm not going to go to jail and lose my stuff behind some foolishness. Because when you locked up for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, and you can't get out of jail as quickly as you thought you was going to get out. And what's happening if you don't have that money right there in your household for the next 2 or 3 months while you caught up in the system?
Right.
You better
you lose your job.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that? But not a good thing. Well, here's just one more other little off the wall thing. We kind of start off with some off the wall stuff before we get down to the nitty gritty of the questions that you need to be asking. And here's my question. So, you and I have plenty of time before, and so this is something that happens on a cruise ship. What do you think it means if somebody puts an upside down pineapple on their door? If they post a picture of an upside down pineapple on their door, what could that possibly mean?
Do not disturb. I'm getting busy. Not a good time to enter.
Pretty close. Let's check it out.
Learn something every day. After posting that video about the riot on the Carnival Magic that resulted from a menage a trois that went sideways, I got a lot of comments about pineapples and upside down pineapples, and candidly, I guess I'm a nerd. I had no idea what that meant, but I've done a little research, and apparently if you're on a cruise and somebody posts an upside down pineapple on their cabin door, that is a signal, sort of a bat signal if you will, that the couple inside that cabin are open to swinging. I had no idea. I probably, if I had seen it, thought it might have been some kind of SpongeBob reference, but it isn't. So upside down pineapples on a cruise, if that's your kind of thing, now you know. And if it's not, now you know. Tell me what you think. Have you ever seen one on a cruise? And as always, have a safe cruise.
How about that?
That's that's cool. I guess that's a good signal. If you know, you know, but you gotta know. Cause I didn't know.
Yep, you gotta know.
Well, that means you can
And
feel free to knock on that door if you and your partner want to go in and check them out and meet them and get busy. So you just tap on the door and say,
hey, hey, boo, hey.
bow down, yes, let's. It's getting creepy out there.
And you notice that he said the cause for the jungle on the cruise ship was menage a trois, because he had posted the video about the fight. But shout out to @Cruise Ship Lawyer for that video. Yeah, so a little menage a trois action went down, and some folks didn't go for it. Jane says the jails are full. They send them home with an ankle bracelet anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, but you know, all of that costs.
And you still may have a record too.
Yeah.
Charges. Yeah.
Yep. And
You got to go back to court.
There's definitely a price to pay. And so there you go. So that's all that other stuff. How's everybody doing? We want to say thanks for joining us on Raw Talk tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about some of the questions that you need to be asking when you're in a dating situation. Now, girlfriend Peggy and I are mature women. We're over 50, significantly so. And the kind of questions that we ask might be different. Well, they're going to be far different, I think, than what somebody who is 25 or even 35 might ask. But of course, then there are some questions that are, are universal, no matter what. Fasha says, don't open that door if you can't handle it.
Okay, I know.
Don't go knocking on that door out of curiosity. They'll snatch your ass in there, and the next thing you know, you'll be in an entanglement.
Okay. Okay.
Right, you'll be part of a throuple.
Yes, you're so right, girlfriend, on that one. Dead on.
For real, yes, most definitely. Hey, Willie Star. Hey, Star, how you doing? Welcome to Lone Ranger from the great state of Texas. Thanks for joining us tonight on Raw Talk. We appreciate it. And so, so now the dating thing. So I think, you wouldn't think that I would have a hard time with it, but I kind of have a hard time with it. I think. And Star pointed this out to me. He said, your first thing you have to do is determine what kind of thing you're doing. What is your purpose? What's your purpose? What's your intention when you're talking about dating? Because different people date for different reasons. A lot of times women date because they're looking for a companion. They might be looking for a husband. Men don't necessarily date for those reasons. So one of the first things you have to do is decide why you are dating and what you're looking for, and then and go from there. Because regardless of what the other person is doing, you have to know what you're doing. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I had some questions, and originally you would think, oh, these are questions that you were asked the other person. But I took a slightly different approach for the beginning. And these are some questions that you need to ask yourself. Not the other person. You need to ask yourself some questions before you start dating. You need to get clear with yourself. And and one of them is do you believe that good men or women, depending on your gender, do you believe that they exist? Because we hear so much now from dating, from just people on social media. Oh, girl, don't get out there. That dating scene is horrible. It sucks. It's terrible. Ain't nothing out there. If you got a man, you need to try to fix him up as best you can and hold on to him, because ain't nothing out there. So I think first you have to believe that there's a good man out there. There's plenty of good men out there, and that there's one that's for you. Before you even get started, you have to have a positive outlook about dating, because you and I talk about this all the time. Dating is hard work.
Who you telling?
Huh. And it's expensive.
A person to go out with too, dating is hard work sometimes. And listen, like I said, I'm not one that's doing the asking. I mean, it's one thing if you're doing the asking. You should be able to get dates left and right, because not many people turning down a good date, or experience a meal or whatever it is that you're going out to do, a good time. But when you waiting on a male to ask you, I don't know, they're not flying through real. But like I say, you have to be out there. You need to be out there where you mixing and mingling and going to, socials and events where you're going to meet people, like-minded people that like to go out and like to dance and party and smoke a cigar here or there, or whatever it is they're doing. Go to a show. If you're not doing these things, how you meeting these type of people?
Right. So you're either going to be on a dating app and going through all of what it takes to do that, talking to multiple people basically at the same time, and or you're going to church, or you're going to work, or like you say, you're on a social scene. You have to be out there, but you have to first, I believe, feel like that there's something out there for you that's worthy. But yeah, that dating thing is expensive for men and for women. And then you have to know.
You think because the man is paying for the tab for dinner, it's no expense associated with it for the woman. But yes, the woman has expenses too, because she's the one that's got to get all dolled up. She's got to drive to a neutral place and point to meet him. That takes gas. That takes time, effort, energy to put into the look or whatever. And that's just not a zero cost for her.
It costs her. It costs.
It costs her.
It costs.
Because
it does, because she has to get herself together. If you're not picking her up, then she has to have a vehicle. She has to have money for gas, maybe money for parking, or that, and she has to have money for herself in case some shit jumps off. You act like a prick. Now I got to pay for my food and catch me a Uber or drive in my car and go off somewhere. It's an expense. But what I'm saying is, you can't just go out because somebody wants to take you out to dinner. You just can't go out broke. Well, I mean, you can, but it's not a good idea.
Right. No, you have to have your money. You better have some coins.
Yeah. Jane makes a good point. She said, not even if you're out there, she said the all-around trust level is shot.
With dating.
And I hear that from a lot of women, because, and which is not to say that women don't cheat on men, hurt their feelings, take their money, do them bad, trick them. Right. Listen, we're not ain't nobody trying to make pretend that doesn't happen. We know that there's a lot of cutthroat whores out there.
Yeah. It is. And they out there with a vengeance taking advantage of men.
Yep.
And making it rough and hard on the others.
Yes. But for the most part, they're trusting somebody, like Jane says, the trust level for many women, especially when you get to a point where you're over 50, the trust level is shot. It is
Because
just
you know, been
it's
through so
going to
much.
hell. You,
You've been through so many. Yeah.
mhm.
You've been through so many things, so many, you know, changes and
Scenarios.
yeah, so many scenarios and experiences with negativity and just things not working out and the person starting off one way and ended up another, and it's a mess.
It is. Another self question is, what kind of relationship do you want? Are you dating with the intention of moving into a committed monogamous relationship that might lead to marriage? Or is it your intention, your feeling that you want to be married? And when I think about that and I ask myself that question, my answer keeps coming back, no, I don't. I'm not looking for marriage. Now, if I meet someone and everything, is right and good and all of that, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. But I'm with Jane. The trust is shot. I almost rather just be over here and we connect we connect, do our thing, and I don't know that I want marriage per se. So that it's a loose commitment thing, sort of kind of, and
Mine's is a little tighter, I guess.
oh, yours is
Because
very tight.
yeah, and it's not that I'm looking that because you know my thoughts is we all come here by ourselves and we're gonna leave by ourselves most likely. So it's not gonna bother me. It does not bother me to be single. It does not bother me if I die without a husband because I'm still going to heaven or hell and I'm still a whole entire person by myself. Like I say, I don't mind being single. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with it at times. It's just where I want to be. But if I'm going to date, I'm going to be trying to date somebody with the intentions of, and it may take a year or two for me to get to the point to start thinking about marriage. But yes, I want to think about marriage with this person eventually. I don't want to keep wasting my time and my years and just dating and just having a good time and then off you go, off I go, and at the end of the day, I'm single, you single. No, I'm not 30. I'm not 40 years old. I would like to have a significant other in my life to eventually get married or live together or whatever it is we're going to do.
Right. If that happens, then I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Right.
But I don't know that, huh?
I don't have to press the issue. I don't have to force nothing. I'm not desperate. Hey, like I said, and they say you can't always say, hey, when it's God's timing and when it happens, because you have to be proactive in a sense too. You can't just sit back and just wait for the man to drop down out the sky. You do have to take some type of moving forward in
Yeah.
the process of dating. You
Yes.
have to date.
And dating.
You don't have to get out there.
Yeah. You're getting feedback from me.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I don't know if it's too loud. But Jane says there's a show about matchmakers and the cost starts at $5,000. She said, I don't know if there's a guarantee. Listen,
I think I seen the previews for that show, Matchmakers. I heard them talking about it, and some of them their fees start at 10 and 20 and 30 and $40,000 to find you a mate to match you up with somebody. But I'm not paying no $5,000 for nobody to match me with somebody. Because it's no, like you say, we don't know if he's gonna be an idiot, crazy fool, or just no, no, thank you.
would you say no? It's okay. You do your own research on that.
Yeah, I'll take my chances.
And this is an important question. It's when it comes to asking questions of yourself before you seek a mate. Do you love yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a very important question. Because if you don't love you, how you gonna expect somebody else to love you and care for you and wanna and put into you and pour into you, and you just around here don't give a damn. I think she got frozen again. But as I was saying, yes, that's a good question. Do you love yourself? And I think a lot of women are on a journey of self-love, self-discovery, taking time out for themselves, learning to heal themselves, get over past hurts and traumas. They're dealing with it. They're going to therapy. They're reading books. They're doing whatever they need to do to get okay, to love themselves and know how to love themselves, so that they know and feel that they are worthy of having somebody else that can love them as well. So yeah, I think knowing that you love yourself is very, very, very important. So I'm just gonna have to sit here and kind of talk a little bit until girlfriend come back through and join us again, because she holds all the controls on her side. So it's whatever she decides to put up on the screen or bring somebody in to show a comment or remark. I don't have any access to do anything of that nature. So I'm just gonna go on with some of my questions that I would ask, or some of the things that I would probably like to talk about on the first or second date. I would want to know. Usually, question is, have you ever cheated? But that wouldn't be my question. My question would be just the opposite. My question would be, have you ever been faithful in a relationship? And if so, for how long? Because everybody's cheated. That's not a normal question anymore to me. Because at some point or another, everybody, oh, I was young, yeah, I cheated. Most people cheat in their life, male or female. So the question is, have you ever been monogamous and faithful to a woman? If so, how long have you done it? How long were you able to sustain that? I think that's an important question.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you just came back in. So I was saying, yeah, how long have you been faithful to somebody? Are you capable of being faithful? That's a very good indication. And if you don't cheat in every relationship you've had, I, that's not a good. I don't know if I want to, take a gander on you.
Now here's the critical part about that question.
Mhm.
Are they going to answer you honestly? Are they going to
Well,
give you a truthful answer?
well, that's the thing. Mature people, we supposed to be um, putting the cards on the table at this point, because now is the most critical point of putting everything out there in the open and being acceptable or non-acceptable to whatever the other person is saying, so that you know if you want to move forward with this person. So really, when you're trying to date somebody and get to know somebody, lying is not going to do you any good, because lying is only going to help you put the mask of the facade on, and you're going to be able to carry that for so long, and eventually your true colors are going to start coming out. And all the things that you said you didn't do and that you wasn't for, and oh, I thought you said you didn't have, I thought you this, and I thought you that, and you told me you never cheated again. It's gonna catch up with you. Don't do it. She said, don't do it.
She said, don't do it. I don't know if she meant about the matchmaking or something else, but definitely don't do that. I think she meant them at $5,000. She said, listen, I'll take myself on a date. Girl, you could go on a grand vacation.
Okay, come on now. They
Mm-mm.
really got us jacked up now. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not that desperate for that. But you know what happens when you're in the dating process? And dating, what dating really means is gathering of data. You know,
Right.
you're working on getting to know this person. It's not sex. It's getting to know. The time it takes to really get to know somebody. And as women, we talk about what we want in a relationship, what we expect, what we're looking for. And a man with non-trustworthy intentions will take that information and spoon feed it back to you in within a flavor that appeals to you.
He'll transform himself into what you want.
Right. And
What you
not
want.
forever, but just
Right.
long enough to get over.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I mean. Hopefully this person is honest with you.
Right.
Um and so, the question I had, when it comes to the questions you need to ask yourself, is, do you love yourself? Do you take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually? Do you know yourself, what you like, what you want, what you expect, what your deal breakers are? What are you willing to give? What kind of compromise are you willing to make? What are you willing to give, to get to know this person better? Um, and here's a really good one, is to ask yourself, do you have time to date?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Very, very good.
Do you really have time? If you're still working, you have a demanding career. If you still have children living at home, or grandchildren living in your home that you need to care for, or whatever, are you trying to go to work and go to school and take care of your family? Do you really have time to date? After clean up the house, feed the children, put them to bed, walk the dog, where does someone else fit in your life? Because you're looking for somebody who will fit into your space, but what about their space? Do you have the time to give to them to fit into their space too? So, that's an honest question I think you need to ask yourself. And of course, we talked about, what are your intentions? What's your intentions as a woman dating, and you want to find out that person's intentions as well.
Absolutely. And I thought, like I said, that's some good questions to ask yourself, but I thought we were talking about the 20 questions you need to ask the other person. So that's
Yeah,
what my
but you
question
can't,
was.
you can't go in there like an investigator and everything, like you are all that, and you want to ask, all of these questions. If you're not right first, then you don't have a right to ask me a whole bunch of questions.
Well, it's not like I said. It's a matter of how you sit down and proceed with the questioning. That a person gonna feel like they're on trial, or they being, uh, like you say, being investigated. It's not supposed to be an investigation, but like you said, it's not interrogation, but it is in a sense of informal investigation. Because hey, I may ask you, have you been to jail before? How long you spent in jail? Do you plan on going back to jail? I think that's a fair question, because if you have not cleaned up your dealings of what you did to send you to jail the first time, if you're a thief, if you're selling drugs, if you're doing whatever, and you're not willing to change that lifestyle and do something differently, the chances are you're gonna end up going back to jail again. I don't do jail. I'm not doing the writing, accepting the phone calls. I'm not going down for a visit. None of that stuff. I'm not doing that. So already, if
I
you
ain't putting
tell
no
me
money on your books.
no money on the books, none of that. So if you gonna tell me, yeah, well, I may go back. I don't know. I really can't say. Well, you said enough. Gavel down. Dinner's over. Let's go.
Yeah, bye. See you. But the questions though don't come in as interrogation. They just, it's a pleasant exchange of conversation.
Right. Because just like you ask the question, they have the chance. You have to give them a chance. You can't just fire 20 questions out, expect them to sit there and answer question after question after question. No, you got to ask me a question or two in between. We got to go back and forth with the questioning, because you want to know what you want to know about me as well. So I don't see how that can seem like an interrogation when you're having a conversation, because it's this changing of two people asking questions and getting information, right? So that's what she freezing up on the screen again. She's smiling at me. But yeah, I think it's if a person gets nervous because you asking questions, and irritated and agitated, and they get offended and they don't want to answer the questions, wrap it up. Be nice about it. Wrap it up. I can see you're not trying to be transparent. This is bothering you. You don't want you feeling agitated. We don't have to carry this on any further. It was nice seeing you. nice, coming out to have whatever we had together, whether it was a cup of coffee or drink or ice cream or whatever it was. And maybe we'll be in touch, maybe we won't. But in your mind, most likely you won't be. Because if you agitated and aggravated about me asking you questions, you're really not the person for me. Because I feel like I'm pretty open and I want to. I mean, you're not finna ask me like I don't know what's too too just getting down to too much. You're not. I don't have to go into body counts and all that other stuff. I don't think a person have to do all that. That's really kind of maybe borderline going over the top when you want to ask a person how many people have you ever slept with in your life. My question is, when is the last time you've been tested? Are you STD free? Are you AIDS free? Or do you mind going to let's get tested together? So if you can't answer those questions and you upset and you agitated and mad about that, we don't need to go any further because you got something to hide, most likely. Hey, girlfriend, you back? No, she's not back. She frozen again. I agree. I agree. That's a deal breaker. Absolutely. Certain things you got to know when you're talking to somebody. You already taking mental notes and you know the things that's not hitting with you that hey, flag 1, flag 2, flag 3, flag. No, definitely not. Some things you can compromise and you can work with, or you might be able to say, hey, I can have a little patience for that and I can work with you on that, or I can compromise on this. But certain things, going in from the start, from day one, listen, been through that, been there, done that, not doing that again with you. Nobody. I'm not doing that with nobody because I learned from the first or the second incident. I learned my lessons on dealing with somebody like this, that, or that. Not doing that again. I'm just not. So yeah, certain things, when you start hitting those sensitive questions, they deal breakers. You're not doing it. Another question, mood swings. Do you have any PTSDs? Have you been diagnosed as bipolar? Do you deal with deep depression? I think that's a question that I would want to know because I've dealt with somebody after, spending time with them months and months or years gone by. Now I'm seeing the mood swings and the depression and the craziness coming out of the person where you didn't share with me from the beginning that you had issues with this, or you were, I asked you, were you taking medications for certain things? You said no, no problems, no issues. But now, a year into the relationship, I'm finding out that you got PTSD, that you got bipolar disorder, that you have mood swings and depressions. Where did it come from? Did it just happen since the last year we've been dating each other? No, you knew from day one, and you didn't share it with me. You wasn't transparent. You didn't tell me the truth. So now what kind of position are you putting me in? I don't want to deal with it.
Right. And see, and that's what Jane was talking about. The trust issue is, the trust is shot. Is shot. But of course, nobody is going to say that to you, because to say that to you could mean that they wouldn't have an opportunity to develop a relationship with you.
Right.
But
why waste somebody's time, though? Why waste somebody's time? Yeah, I do have.
Because your intention is to get close to them, to get physical,
Yeah.
So if what you want is to develop enough of a relationship where you can eventually have sex with this person, you're not going to say those things.
Yeah.
You're not.
That's true. That's true. Most likely the end comes the lies.
Yeah.
Next comes the transformation of putting on their facade, their faces, and not being true to who they are. But the true colors.
And the one question,
I always tell you what, take your time and give them time. The true colors gonna start to show. They're gonna come out. don't be so quick in a hurry and fast to go run and jump in bed with somebody, because just give it time. Take your time. You're gonna find out what's up.
Chucky
Derek's in the house. Chucky Booker games.
Yeah, Chucky Booker games.
Yeah.
You know, folks playing games.
Yeah,
but you know, but it's a game.
I don't want to play games. I'm not here to play games. I don't want to play games. You still on that? You still in your immaturity state? Going back there and find you somebody that's on the same page you want, that don't give a damn, that's just out here just trying to date willy-nilly and okay with multiple sex partners at one time, and no nothing, no commitment, no loyalty, no nothing.
No nothing.
Go find. There's plenty of people that want to do that. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of people out there that want what you want. You just need to find the people that want to do the things that you want to do in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And there you go. And so then here we come with the question we probably should ask them first, you know, and I would think you would even before you go out on a date. And that is, are you married? Are you engaged? Are you in an entanglement? Is there somebody who thinks that they are your woman or your man? Because, you know, people will tell you that they're single, but they'll be, you know, in relationship with somebody. Maybe, you know, they haven't defined it, but they're in relationship with somebody. And so now if she goes out with you, is there somebody who's thinking she shouldn't, or who would be upset about her dating you or him dating you? You know, how single are you? And how long have you been single?
Right. And then you consider dating, and do you consider dating sleeping? Are you sleeping with multiple people while you're dating? Because if I'm dating you right now, we just dating. If we haven't moved to another level, we just dating. You're not getting no cookies. I'm not giving them nothing.
We're just
We're
dating.
just going out to have a good time on a couple of places. Go somewhere here and there. If you get to the point where you feel like you've done 2 dates, 3 dates, hey, I'll make it when you do a date. But if you get to the point where you're annoyed and you feel like I owe you something and I'm entitled, you entitled to have my body or have me because you spent a couple of dollars on a date, then we're not doing that. You're not the person for me.
Mm-mm. Derek says you have to ask the right questions up front. Most people will tell you what they want.
Most people.
They'll tell you, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I just, you know, would like to date. You know, we can go out and
you gotta listen.
And see where this, yep. And see where this goes.
To the person, because they're telling you what they want. When they say I don't want something serious, don't you go hauling out on a couple 2 or 3 days. Oh, I can see God told me he's my husband and we finna get married. Girl, no, that is not what that man said. You're not listening. He is looking to have a good time, enjoy your company, have fun, and whatever you decide to give or put out sexually wise, that's on you, because he's already told you he's not looking for nothing to go into no monogamous relationship. So you fooling yourself.
And setting yourself up to be hurt.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody think they're laughing about what I said. Does somebody think that he or she is your man or woman? You know,
right.
You know, because
you find
because that happens.
You sitting at the table at the restaurant having a drink with somebody in here because she come in the door standing over you. What you doing here with her? Who's this?
They be like, excuse me?
Yeah, now you in a situation. She ready to slap him and probably grab you and beat you up too and drag you out the restaurant.
I don't do confrontations with women over men.
I don't know. I'm not fighting over no man. He could be my husband. I don't think I'm going to do no fighting over him.
Nope. Mm-mm. Derek said, ain't nobody listening to God. They're just following their emotions. They're like, God?
Absolutely. The only thing they hear from God is, oh, God told me this was going to be my husband.
The trick is, the real question is, did God also tell him that he was going to be that you're going to be his wife?
Right.
You know, I love when people say, "Oh, God told me to, you know, that to tell you that." Well, why didn't God tell me?
Right. It's so funny. I don't get it as much as I used to get it, but people used to be that God told me this and God told me that. I just be laughing to myself. Half the time I'm like, child, you probably need to spend 20 minutes with God. How he telling you so much about me? But that's neither here nor there.
And didn't say nothing to me about it. That's Kim. Hi, Kim. I was wondering who that was. Thank you, baby. I'm glad you're in the building. This is wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So you know, but that's one of them. Another one. And you and I have talked about this before. Oh, what is this man's vision? Like, you know, what's your vision? Like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or whatever? You want to hear someone's answer to that to see if it kind of jives with where you're going and what you're doing, you know, and if that can mesh. Because that's the one thing that you can't give to a man is
right. Is a vision and purpose. Right.
is a vision and a purpose, and
Right.
how he would treat you as his wife and what he expects to do to make himself you know, attractive to you as a husband. So you know, you want to ask him about his vision. That might be on the second or third date, after you find out that you like them enough to eat with them on a regular basis or kind of be around them. But
Second date, right.
I know I dropped out a lot of times. I don't know what's happening with the system today. Hey, but did you ask the question about what is the man's position or the woman's position on sex before marriage?
No, I didn't discuss that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, that I think that's interesting. Say, hey, what?
And my question that's I think is pretty interesting too now to ask is, are you allergic to condoms? Do you believe in wearing condoms? Have you been wearing them? Do you have a problem wearing them with me? Because now you know you start to get intimate with somebody. Next thing you know, oh, I don't wear condoms. They irritate me, or I'm allergic to condoms, and they don't want to. You don't want to wear no condom. What? I'm not trying to even get to that point where I got to discover in the heat of the moment that you don't want to wear a condom. I don't want to do that. I need to know what's
Right.
because if you don't wear condoms,
It's
you don't like to wear condoms, you don't need to rock and roll with me.
and you can get some I don't know how well the lambskin protects you, but yeah, I mean, you know, if that's important to you, then you need to ask that question. And if he says, you know, but I want to know what's your position on sex before marriage, because you know, just like you say, folks take you out a couple of times, they spend some money. What are their expectations as a result of having done that? And a lot of times the expectation is eventually we're going to, you know, go out to dinner and then plan to go to a hotel or back to your place or my place. You know, is that the end goal? And you know, I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush, but I would say that, you know, for most men, that's their intention. At some point along the way, they want to have some sex. So you want to know what his position is on that and how he feels about monogamy. You know, there's some men who are vehemently opposed to monogamy and who think that we as women are unrealistic about that and place far too much importance on it.
Mm-hmm. Figure you wearing condoms with your partner. Most people don't wear them with exclusive. This is the questions we ask them before you even get into a relationship at all. This is the first date and second date of questioning. So we haven't even gotten that far into. Yeah, I want to wear a condom with you until I get to a point where I'm feeling confident and trustworthy enough in you that I believe that you're not out there dipping and tipping and sticking your little wee wee everywhere and anybody and everybody around town.
Mm-hmm.
That may take me a year. That may take me 2 years. I don't know when I'm gonna get comfortable enough with you to say, okay, I feel good enough and relaxed enough to use the condoms. We well into a relationship at that point, but at
Yes.
the question that we're talking about, the 20 questions you need to ask somebody before you get into a relationship, we're discussing things you need to talk about before you get into a relationship with them. These are the deal breaking questions. These are the things you
Yes.
ask me that you want to know so you can know whether you need to exit left or not and not waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not here to waste anybody's time and trust and believe. I'm not going, when I figure out you wasting my time, I ain't trying to really stick around too long.
You want to say hi to Irvin? How you doing, Irvin Simpson in the
Irvin,
building? Yes,
yes,
baby. Nice to see you always. Thanks for the love and support.
yes,
And Irvin is engaged and getting
yes.
married. So you have to
Congratulations.
Irvin, you have to share with us a little bit about some things that were important to you as a man looking for a wife. So
What
we
were
want
some
to
of the
know.
things that really stood out that you really liked about her that made you decide, hey, she's the one for me? Was it her
Yes.
values, her morals, something she said? Was it something the way she carried herself, the fact that she was an independent woman, the fact that she knew where she was going and what she wanted to do? She had vision, she had drive, she had purpose. What was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want inquiry minds want to know, Irvin, what's some of your questions? Listen, people are cracking up about that little wee wee.
Oh, well, I don't actually mean that as in literally little. It could be little,
Yes, you
medium, or
do.
large. It's whatever size it is. I don't want to know that you run around town all willy nilly, just sticking it in everything and everybody.
That won't work.
Right.
I don't know what he means. Shan tool, my stuff, no protection. Um, he said it's his stuff. Is yeah, but it's your stuff now, and no protection. But
Yeah, because you're in a relationship. You getting ready to make this woman your wife. You feel comfortable enough with her that she is, being faithful, loyal, and committed to you at this point. So you don't have no issues or problems being no protection with her. But like I said, these are questions that we asking before we even get to that point. So we just on the first date. We on the second date.
yeah, these are pre-cookie eating questions. Before you get any cookie, Stacy P Funk. All right now, hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Good
So
evening,
nice to
good
have
evening.
have the crew in the building.
Yes.
Yeah, Irvin is cracking up.
He cracking
Um,
up, but he not gonna give us no information. We gotta
no,
have a whole we need a whole interview
no.
with Irvin for that.
Yeah, and see, and the thing of it is, Irvin ain't giving away any of his secrets, but Irvin was a catch.
Uh-huh.
You know how some men are a catch? Irvin was
Yes.
a catch. You
Yes,
know,
of course.
and so
Man, yeah.
somebody snared him. We want to know, how did that happen? Somebody put him on lockdown because Irvin. Well, we ain't gonna say nothing. But Irvin was a catch, and so now he's been caught, and
Hanging up his hair,
that's a
thorns in his hat. Yeah.
and that's a good thing. So you want to
Yeah.
know those kind of things. And I think you already asked the question. Did you ask the question about when was your last relationship? How long did it last? When did it
No,
end?
I didn't get to that one. We didn't talk about that. No, we didn't go into that.
P-Funk said he got snatched. Look, all of them got snatched up and locked down, and and it's okay. And it's all right, yeah. But Stacy and P-Funk been at it for a long time. I know it's over 20 years, and that's a good thing. But you want to know when she was the first
I shared on social media. I knew she was the one. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And that's another thing, like he said, when you change on social media, your status from single to in a relationship, to me, that's serious. I have never done that.
The last relationship I was in for that off and on for the last 3 years, I never changed my status because I didn't feel secure or confident enough that it was going to last, and I knew he was not going to be the one, and the signs just weren't there for me to post up. You can go on my page right now. You're not going to see me posted up with nobody, period. You're not.
You might see a lot of pictures of me. Right. Yeah, if you see a picture of me with a man, he's a friend.
I'm not posting up with you like that and posting it on social media because I don't fake the front. I'm not faking it. I don't feel like I need to prove to nobody that I got a man. I'm pretty private in that area. Well, I'm not now that I'm on social media. I talk about, in and out of relationship. We talk about that all the time. But yeah, I'm not just posting up just to be posting up no man. If I'm not really serious with you.
Irvin said all of his side loves dumped him immediately. Okay. Did they dump you when you posted, or did they dump you before? And you know what, baby, it doesn't matter. Yeah, as soon as they saw that, they knew. They knew. When you post that thing on social media and you say, I'm in a relationship and this is my love, and then when he posted that he was engaged, let me tell you, I could hear the screams all over Central Florida. Women screaming all over Orlando, all over Sanford, Altamont Springs. They was hollering. They was like, oh no! Oh my God!
Heels, girl.
Derek is calling you out. He's calling you on your bullshit. He says 3 years is a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time, but like I said, I believe the reason why I gave it 3 years was because I had gotten to the point where I was so much of a no nonsense and I was ready to throw in the towel so quickly. I knew that I couldn't continue to do that. Sometimes you have to allow people chances to grow. People do make mistakes. I mean, I just didn't want to keep at the first immediate deal breaker. That's it. No second chance. I'll give you a 6 to 7 month break. We'll talk about it again, revisit it. Let's see if we can get this thing back on the right track and move forward. If we can, let's do it. If we can't, and you show yourself again and again that you're not worthy, that you're not trustworthy, that it's not, no, then yeah, it's time to cut it off and bury it. So yeah, 3 years is some time, but it wasn't a straight long 3 years. It was a 7 month break in there. It was a 2 month break in there. So that's the 3 years. It was the off and on with just that one person. So yeah, I gave it some time because, like you say, you gotta have some type of. You have to pick and choose your leniency. Yeah. You know what works for you, or what you can do, or tolerate, or not do, or what you can forgive for that matter as well.
Stacy singing on you. You say he just a friend. And you say he just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Get out of here, Stacy. Stacy a DJ, so you know. Yes, he's a friend. Everybody calling you out. He's a friend.
He was my man at the time for 3 years. But I wasn't posting on social media. Who they calling out? Because they ain't calling me out. He wasn't my friend. He was supposed to be my full-time, only one and only monogamous ride or die friend. Man, not friend. That was my man. But like I said, I didn't have to post that all over social media. Nobody don't know.
No, but you already said why you wouldn't, because you didn't feel like that. You
I
didn't
didn't
feel
feel like
secure
he
in him
was.
being your man. He wasn't your man. He was the man that you were involved with at the time, that you were
Yeah.
considering. Who you were involved with in a relationship, giving consideration to
Right.
eventually, getting it to be a much
Going
more
to the next
serious
level.
thing.
Yeah. Going to the
And
next
it didn't
level.
happen.
Right. Not gonna happen. Didn't happen. No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Fasha says, "Good job, Irving. Keep it that way. You got a catch. For real. Yeah.
He's smiling from ear to ear. I can already see the smile.
Yes. Derek is like, shit. We got you, Derek.
You my close personal friend. You know I tell you everything. You know who he was. You know where he lived. You know everything about him. You know when we was on, when we was off. You know details. Come on, so you know what's up.
Derek said, "Ain't nobody wasting 3 years of his life." Well, you
And
see,
and he entitled to that. That's how he feel. And that's everybody entitled to do what. And Derek, you're a little bit younger than I am. I'm 59. Like I said, Derek is like in his 40s, I believe. So yeah, you got some time still to do that. Facebook, Miss Peggy, it's okay.
Kim said it's okay. Kim said it's okay, Miss Peggy.
Thank you so much. Whoever that is giving grace to me,
That's Kim.
Who is that?
Kim Hill, my God, baby.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. Give me some grace. Exactly. That was what I felt like I needed to do. That was best for me. 3 years is not a long, well, it is a long time. But like I said, you can't just keep chopping folks off every 3 months.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Whatever reasons, chop them off, it don't work, or whatever, you kick them to the curb and move on to the next. But like I said, I felt like I needed to. I felt like
I might let you come back.
Huh?
I'm gonna chop you off. I might let you come back, but you're gonna get chopped for your bullshit.
Yeah, well, like I said, he was. I think I did the right thing throughout the 3 years.
So, do you ask him how long his how long was your longest relationship? Why did it end? And then what's your relationship with that person now? Because you can tell a lot about a person, about how, about how they get along with somebody, or how they fight, or how they end things.
Yeah, his slide's the problem too, because when we first started talking, I asked that question, and it was like, we've been apart for 2 years, the relationship was 13 years, and I don't even talk to that person now. Okay, so how is it we're a year and a half into the relationship and you and her best buddies now? And y'all texting and you're carrying on with each other. See, that's where I say when people don't have that total transparency with you and not honest, it comes back to bite them in the butt. Because like I said, had I known that you and her probably were still communicating in best buds and hadn't really brought closure to the relationship, you're still dibbling and dabbling with each other, I don't want to get in the middle of that. I don't want no parts of it.
Make up your mind. Do you want to be with her or not?
Right. I'm not dating a married man. I'm not dating somebody that's living with somebody. I'm not dating somebody that you got multiple girlfriends. I don't want to get in the middle of that situation. And I wouldn't put myself there.
Yeah. P-Funk says he got a few old uncles from Richmond Heights, Florida, over there in Orlando and Richmond Heights. He said, just let him know. He'll hook you up. Well, let me tell you what she want to know, P-Funk. She want to know, does he own his house? Does he have his own car? Is he on Social Security? Does he get a pension? Was he in the service? Does he get a pension from that? That's the questions.
That's the question. What's the dealio?
Yeah, what's the dealio? And then does he have time to date?
Right.
Does he know how to treat a lady?
Long distance.
Hook it up, P-Funk.
I don't do long distance. If you're further than maybe an hour away, maybe two. I don't want to even go there. It's not gonna work. It'll be okay for the first month or two, and then it's gonna fizzle.
They in Orlando.
I know.
He said he got some old uncles in Orlando. That's close. You go to Orlando all the time, this thing. Hit us up in the DM, P-Funk. Text me some pictures and a bio.
Of all of them.
On all of them.
Ray Marine in the house.
Ray Marine in the house, because you can't make this shit up. It's my dude right there. Okay? He says hi. He says he's backtracking on the initial topic in regards to the girl getting shot. He says, I'm going to keep it real. Music is a major influence on people. He said these girls listen to Cardi B, Trina, Meg Thee Stallion, City Girls. Their music talks about being the baddest bitch, a boss bitch, etc. He said these girls are trying to imitate that, and it shows on how they move and how they act in public. I guess old girl thought she was a bad bitch. And it got them capped. That's right. She got them caps put in her after she beat that lady up in the auto zone. That's right. You can't always going around thinking you're going to kick somebody's ass and not going to have to feel the wrath.
Right. Get caught up in the wrong way and get your ass kicked and dragged all over the face and on the knees. Carried out by the ambulance.
And it just messes up your whole life, trying to be and that's another subject altogether that we'll touch on, about women not walking in their femininity. Especially the younger women. They are very masculine, they are very aggressive, and they're very mannish, and they're real hard, and it's unattractive. Oh, this is good, Stacy. All right, P-Funk. He says his uncles got their own teeth. Look, we don't care if it's their own teeth or some teeth they bought. Okay? We ain't gonna put down nobody with dentures. But, they got their own teeth. That's a step in the right direction. What's that face for?
Darren's like laughing and LOL. No, that's a great thing. Are they good teeth? It don't matter if he got his own, but are they good? Because you can have plenty of rotten old teeth that's about to wiggle and fall out of there. That's not a good thing. So if that's the case, I prefer he have some dentures up in there that look good and take care of.
What's happening? Hey, Pastor. Hello. Welcome to the fray. Irvin says, when you say I love you, when you have sex, when you get engaged and married, that changes things. No matter how much you think you know your mate. That is very insightful, Irvin. That means like you ask all of these questions and you do all of these different things. But once you tell somebody you love them, or especially with a woman, once sex is involved, because we equate sex and love together the way men don't necessarily do. You get engaged, you start to see sometimes another side of this person, because people are multifaceted. And a lot of times they don't put demands on you in the dating phase. Not like the demands and expectations they put on you once you put a ring on it.
But again, that is for a man that is mature, that knows what he wants, and that is in a stage in his life where he's ready to settle down and get married. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, we still dealing, or at least I have dealt with somebody in their 60s, 65, and you still out here on game. You still out here lying. You still out here running around.
Oh yeah.
I don't have time for that.
Oh yeah. That's what I said. That's why I'm not so anxious about doing the lockdown thing. But because I know that just because you're 50 something or 60 something doesn't mean that that you got all of the game out of you.
Right.
Derek said, Derek said, you don't do long, he means long distance relationship. She sure don't do.
Right.
Derek, where you live?
Well, Derek in some part of Florida right now. But when I originally met Derek was up in the DMV and then in Virginia and Washington area, DC. So
Yeah.
like I said, me and Derek been friends for like 12 years or something like that. We go way back. I mean, when we met one night at the Classic Weekend, and that's when Classic Weekend was at its peak, hot, jumping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
12, 14 years ago. So that's how far we go, baby. Derek was long distance at that. He was long distance.
And he said
Derek might have been married by now. That's my boo. But he was long distance. He date. We talk about the relationships he go through, the people he date, and the ins and outs of it. And he follow and go along with me. And he give me advice. I may give him advice. We walk and roll like that. You know what?
And that's good.
Is everything.
That's good. He said you sure don't do no long distance relationship. That's for sure. Pastor wants to know if the young lady at the AutoZone survived. I think so.
Yeah, I think she did survive. Yeah, I don't think she died.
She's somewhere right now, sorry as hell.
You're talking to a pastor girlfriend. Come on now.
I don't know if he's a pastor or not.
You're not taking the time to find out either, are you?
I don't care.
That's all right. They know we look, this is raw talk, right? So we're gonna keep it real and be ourselves.
Right.
So,
look, I don't know how old he is, but if he been living all his life and he ain't never heard nobody say the word hell, I can't help him. And I don't know if he is pastor. So I don't know if he's a pastor or if that's his name. It's not spelled like that. And frankly, I don't give a damn. How about that?
We love you. Please come back.
I love you, but what you do for a living ain't gonna keep me from saying what I got to say. I'm not playing that game. Irvin says, you women, what women? Talk about you women. Do I look like I'm dressed like a man? He says, you women dress like a man. He said, I will fight like a man for mine.
I don't know what women he talking about dress up like a man, because I don't carry myself like no man ever. I got too much booty to be trying to dress up like a man. Not gonna happen. So I don't know who women, but I know what he means. I know what he's saying. It's a lot of females out there with a lot of male energy. Big what they call big dick energy going on. So.
Yeah. Pastor says a lot of folks don't like the dentist. Listen. Put me in that number.
I got an appointment on Monday. I need to find out exactly where in Lakeland I need to be because I'm not missing my appointment, okay? I'm there.
I hear you. Stacy says the ring changes things. There's just no getting around that. It changes things.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Agree. If you to the point where you putting a ring on somebody's finger, you pretty serious. I don't think they playing no games with rings unless they got some fake diamond rings that they going.
Ray Marine is so crazy. He said, I got a large tube of Gorilla Glue to keep my teeth in.
That's good. That's what's up. What Tom
Derek, I'm gonna get you.
What do you say?
Tallahassee.
Oh, he's in Tallahassee right now.
Oh, is that where he is? I thought he was just saying that to piss me off.
No, girlfriend. He living in Tallahassee right now. They ain't got nothing to do with your ex-husband. Don't get mad with Derek. You don't know nothing about it.
Listen, all right, let me tell you something. The running joke is, it's a joke. It's for fun. It's just a joke. When I first met my ex-husband, I was fresh out of New York City. I'm in Florida and I'm acting like I'm all that. And he said to me, He said, don't nobody care about New York City. You don't never hear nobody say nothing about New York. He said, anybody who is anybody, is from Tallahassee. Tallahassee is one of the most, revered, most important cities in the whole country. He said, anybody who's anybody is from Tallahassee. Okay? From that date, I haven't been able to live that down. I'll be somewhere minding my business, not talking about anything. And all of a sudden in the conversation, here it comes, Tallahassee. Watching Jeopardy. What's the answer to the question? Tallahassee, Florida. Watching an old movie, an old black and white movie, and somebody makes reference to Tallahassee. So every time it happens, I call him. I used to drive Uber. I picked up somebody from the damn bus station, and he couldn't hardly speak English. He spoke French, and I said, "Wow, where are you coming from? Getting off the bus?" Because he was like on the mega bus or whatever. And he said, I have been in Tallahassee teaching. I told him, I said, get out the car. I told him, I said, get out. Get out. Get your ass out. No, sir, I'm only playing. So, the Tallahassee thing is like a running joke. So this weekend, I went to the homegoing services of a very, popular person, a very well-loved person. And I'm sitting there in the church, and the man is saying how this man's voice was heard all over the world. Okay? His voice was heard all over the world. He's international. And he said, all over the world and all of the big cities, everywhere in the United States, he says 90% of the urban radio stations use this man's voice. He said, I'm talking New York, Chicago, LA, and Tallahassee. He said Tallahassee. I almost fell off the pew. I just wanted to lay out prostrate on the ground. I could not believe, he said all over the country and all of the big cities, and then he named Tallahassee.
Right.
As soon as I left the church, I called my ex-husband. I said, you done got me again. I done got. So that's the story on Tallahassee, Derek.
Yeah, because I think it was my people doctor. You kind of hurt his feelings with Tallahassee. You told me to get the hell out of here.
Go on somewhere.
I
didn't mean to hurt his feelings.
You mentioned Tallahassee. He was like, get the hell out of here. Not Tallahassee. He was like,
yeah, I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings about that.
Yeah, he was like, I ain't mean to press the buttons. I mean, I was just saying.
It's a funny button.
Yeah, okay.
It's a funny button.
I think he's straight on that.
Yeah. And Pastor says, I am not a pastor. See how I spell it? He says he's 52. Are you 52 with all your teeth, sir, and a pension and a good paycheck and all of that good stuff, Pastor? Yeah, we see how you spell it. We're happy that you're there. Hey, what's up, Nikki Walker? Welcome to the fray, baby. He said that he was just featured in a movie that will be on Amazon Prime. So you're an actor. You're a thespian. Put up the name of the movie so folks can check it out. We love that kind of stuff.
And come on and do an interview with him. Let us have you on
Yeah. We would love that. We would love to have you on the show with us. That would be great. Irvin says to Ray Marine, hey, Ray, don't play. Some women love that gum life, my brother. That's what my homeboy told me. And the men love it, too. Yeah, Pastor talking about Tallahassee is boring. It depends on who you are and what you do.
Over there in Tallahassee, you could be anywhere if you were the right person, baby. Ain't never fireworks flying.
I know that's right. You ain't never lied, girlfriend.
I can tell you that, but now, like I said, it ain't so much what you're doing, it's who you with. I can go, like I say, to the White House with the wrong person, just have the worst time ever, and go to a hole in the wall on the corner, and with the right person, I'm gonna have the time of my life. Believe that.
Here, here. I second that emotion.
Okay.
As Stacy says, the first time you see each other naked changes things also.
Okay. Without all
We
the
ain't gonna never get
body magic and spanks and nipple lift ups and all that. Yeah, you're right. You really right about
He ain't
that.
lied. He ain't never lied. He ain't never
No,
lied. Pastor says the name of his movie is Sunrise Bella.
Sunrise
Beautiful,
Bella.
beautiful. Sunrise Bella. Bella.
Okay.
Everybody on Amazon Prime. So we want to make sure that that we show love and support.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. All right.
That's exciting.
I can do
That's
that.
exciting. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
making a movie is
Work.
no easy feat.
You're right.
And being in one is not necessarily either. Oh, okay. I got you. I'll email you. That'd be cool. Oh, listen, Ray, we know you were joking. We know you got your real teeth. I think.
Listen, if they didn't come out, you hung out with him on the 4th, right? Was it the 4th of July? Or was it another occasion? You hung out at a party with him. But was it the 4th of July, or was it another occasion you hung out at a barbecue with him?
I hung out with him before the 4th of July. It was before the 4th. It was another. I think it was his birthday.
Okay,
It was his birthday.
He wasn't falling out when he was eating those ribs. They probably his real teeth.
Yeah, yeah. He was good. He was good. Oh, wow. Pastor says when you're acting, the first thing they check is your teeth. But but something about that though. If you notice, really, especially character actors don't necessarily have perfect teeth. Everybody doing a movie doesn't need to have 50-something pearly white. A lot of times they are looking for people who have unusual physical attributes, because that adds to the character. But they check your teeth. Look, I just went to an audition. They weigh you, they measure your body, and they measure your height. And then, of course, you have to give them a picture, and then they look at your teeth and they see you talking when you do your audition. So, yes, congratulations to you, Pastor. We're happy for you. And Sunshine Bella, folks are going to be looking. Yeah, white teeth matters. Nice teeth, it's no substitute for some nice teeth. I agree.
Teach that to these young children, grandchildren. Go to the dentist, take care of your teeth. Leave that candy alone. It's no good for you in the long run. Grandbaby.
Yep. Ray says that I was at his house for Memorial Day weekend. It was the fish fry. We had a fish fry. We had fish and and other things. It was delightful.
Tell them when I'm in Atlanta, I want to come for a barbecue too.
Yes. A little fish fry. We was frying fish.
Yeah.
Yes, and we had some good sides. And we tore that doggone pound cake up. Somebody put their foot in that thing. What? And once it got cut and somebody ate it and tasted it, that was it. It was it. That thing was gone. It was in the wind. Yeah. Stacy says, and they check out that ass too. Look, men are visual creatures. Your booty.
They check out the ass too.
Your teeth and your booty. Like once you get in.
Okay. I got lost for a minute. I was like, you talk about the fish in the cake. He was like, they check out your ass. So I'm like, oh, what? At the barbecue? What? Okay.
We done got so far away from the 20 questions. It's not even funny. I don't even know. I have to look at my list. I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. Oh my God. Pastor says he likes women with some weight. I know that's right, baby. Mm-hmm. He like a little cushion for the push.
A lot, like I said, a lot of men do.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
don't know
do.
if that's gonna change, but yeah, a lot of men like women with something. Then they don't mind stomach, gut, whatever, love handles. It's, I believe, like I said, it's all about the personality. Because you could be the finest, the most beautiful woman in the world, and you open your mouth, and that personality is stuck up, and it's haughty, and it's nasty, and oh, I know I look good. It is so ugly
It's
and
such a
such
turn
a
off.
turn off that it's ridiculous. So
It
you, like I
is.
said, just because you fine and beautiful and well put together, don't always get you where you need to go.
Mm-mm.
It's
You
not
can be
true.
fine, beautiful, smart,
Intelligent,
make good
boss,
money.
right? Make good money, all that. But when the continence is not right, from the inside out is nasty. It's bad. It's bad all
It's
the way around.
bad. Irvin says, true or false? All women love oral sex and giving oral. Is that raw? The raw talk enough of the nice talk?
Some women
I
don't
would
like
say,
no, so definitely all women don't like oral sex. Some women despise giving it and don't want it done to them either. So I don't know. No, I can't agree with that.
so the answer is false. And
Right.
and I,
In my opinion, that's only my opinion. You can say your opinion.
yeah, in my opinion, all of anything is not all of anything. All women don't like everything. All women don't require oral sex, and all women don't like giving it. They don't. All of them don't like getting it, and all of them don't like giving it.
And can you cue my man in, please? Because Irvin, we ain't gonna argue with you tonight. Can you bring my man in, please? Just for a minute. Just bring it. We ain't gonna argue with you, Irvin. Talking about all women like you. No.
I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you.
That's what I say to that. Yes.
That looked like somebody, a good candidate for oral sex for somebody.
He don't have no teeth.
No tea. Then gum that thing down to the bone.
Listen, teeth or no teeth, you still need to know it's an art to that thing, and you need to know what you're doing when you go down there. Otherwise, don't waste a moment time going down there gnawing and pedaling around and don't know what the heck you're doing. Get up. Go on, take some lessons somewhere. Go.
Right. Right. And see, that's the
doing down there.
right. That's the thing about sex and about oral sex. There's nothing better than a man who has taken the time to educate himself about a woman's body.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, about what makes it, and then to take the time to find out what the woman who you're pursuing, what she likes, what she's comfortable with, what she desires, what satisfies, stimulates her, turns her on, and then satisfies her. That's the work in progress that you need to that you need to do. And the thing about he said that's why he asked it, because he knows it's an argument. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I say about oral sex and women performing fellatio on a man. You have to like it.
You have to.
You have to like doing that. There has to be something about that that you like and that turns you on. It has to be stimulating and gratifying for you. If not, you're not going to do it well.
And you're not going to enjoy it.
You're not going to enjoy it. And if you're doing it out of obligation, don't do it. It's just not a
That's not done to everybody, and it's not for everybody. So everybody that you have intimacy, you don't do that with. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another level of intimacy to me. We just not gonna just do that just because that's just what you do when you're having sex. No, I gotta feel a certain type of wow about you to really be comfortable and ready to get into that type of thing with you.
Mm-hmm.
But some people think it's just something that you just automatically do. If I do you, you gotta do me. If you do me, I gotta do you. That's the question. That's a conversation that needs to be had before you start dating too.
Yeah.
Do you expect it every time we have sex? Do you expect to have that done? Because I might not want to do it every time. I might not want to know what I'm going to do.
I agree. Jane says good sex is good sex.
So is good sex better than good chemistry with a person? Or is that the same thing?
I don't know if you can have good sex with a person without having good chemistry with them of some sort.
So it's pretty much the same thing. Good sex and good chemistry.
Yeah, good sex is good sex, no matter what. And I think if I would read into it, she said no matter what. If the sex is good, whether you're having oral sex as part of it or not, it doesn't. If you think it's good, if it's good to you, then it's good, regardless of what you're doing. If you like it and you think it's good, then it's good.
Yeah, what I found about it is when I'm turned on by a person, when I really care or like a person or just find that they just do it for me, they just turn me on. You can pretty much just rub my shoulder and I'm like, I'm cringing already because I just feel that way about you. You just have that type of energy with me. And you can pretty much do so not know what you say we have to practice. Okay, but will you take instructions while you practice? If I say ease up or do more of this or do less of that, are you okay with being taught what I like? Are you okay with that? Or are you gonna feel like I'm being dominant and taking over and controlling every aspect and trying to tell you how to do that to satisfy me? You see what I'm saying? Because I know what I like more than anybody else. So if I'm telling you more of this or less of that or ease up on that, you should be happy to take those instructions because now you know what it takes and what I like and how I like it done. You can satisfy me and please me. It won't be no problem. You can get all the practice you want.
You hearing that? All the practice you want. Yay for practice. Yeah, but yeah, you have to let them practice and not be shy and be willing to let them know what pleases you. Irvin says when you both mentally connect, everything else is going to be great.
I could kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you came together, that was already a chemical attraction. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you come together out of that attraction, but when you're at a place where you are on the same page mentally, and then that makes you on the same page emotionally, and then then the other pages start to follow. It's a good thing. It can be great. It can be great. Right. Please do. That's and isn't that the beauty of having a wife? He says, y'all about to make me go get that baby oil and take care of my boo. I know that's right. Go get at it.
Go get at it. I know that's
Go
right.
get at it, baby. Take them teeth out and start spraying that oil everywhere. Let's go. Yeah, Fasha is right. She said Irvin is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, these men, y'all are working yourselves up into a real horny situation.
I think we're gonna have to start having sex talks every Wednesday night for the next couple of shows.
Yep. He says he will be the lab rat. Practice on
Okay.
me all day.
Well, he was saying the men need to practice on the women, but yeah, we can practice. Right?
Yeah. But listen,
Practice on each
the
other.
women
That's
need
part of the
practice
fun.
too. Women need
Practice on each
practice
other is
too.
part of the fun. Yeah. But
You
that's like I
know?
said, when you really like somebody and you into them and you feel comfortable with them and you know that they're not all over the place with what they're doing. Because one thing, like I say, I don't want to deal with is knowing that you're sexing another woman, having oral sex with another woman, and then you want to run over here the next couple of hours and kiss up on me. We're not doing that. I don't want no parts of that. Get away. Back.
Go on somewhere, yo, shaggy dog.
Yeah, go on back out there in the streets. Don't come on here. Don't do it.
Mm-mm. But Urban is right. Let that woman practice on you and guide her too. I was talking with a girlfriend over the weekend, and she said to me that she can't do it.
Or
She
sex
said
and a man.
she can't do it, but she is physically incapable of doing it. It's the way her mouth is made.
Oh.
It's the structure of her mouth that makes it
Impossible.
challenging.
Okay.
And then a woman who has I don't want to say unusually small, but if you have a very small mouth, you know it you can only open it so wide. It's only so much that can go in there. You can't do what they see in the movies, or maybe with someone else who's got a big old juicy mouth did. You're not going to deliver that kind of experience to him because you don't have the physical capability of making that happen. So if you're looking to do, now you've got to develop some other techniques. You've got to do something else with him, maybe still oral, but you've got to figure out ways to work around that. And so, of course,
I don't know too many
of
ways to
course,
work
I'm
around
Johnny on the spot. I'm giving tips. Well, if you can't do that, then do this. But
Okay.
and then here comes Fasha. Focus on the tip, ladies. Focus on she's saying focus on the head of the penis.
Okay, and that's the same thing to men. The men think they need to go all deep inside your vagina and try to touch the walls and get all up in your intestines and go through the uterus and all that. You don't need to do all that. Stop trying to touch the bottom of stuff. Like you don't have to. It's gonna take all that. A lot of the times, the sensation is at the opening. You just need an inch or two really to get the job done. But everybody different. Somebody like deep throat. Somebody like deep other things. So everybody is different, and you have to know who you with and what you like and how your chemistry flow with each other, and that's what makes it exciting and great.
Yep. But Irva said, now we're talking. Stacy is like, just kiss it.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. If you kiss his penis as if it were his mouth, if you show the same love to his penis as if it were his mouth, he'll probably like that just fine. Oh, all of the men are chiming in. They say, yes, focus on the head, focus on the tip, and practice.
Y'all funny tonight. Y'all funny as hell. I gotta say that.
Urban said, if you can't do it, you going on probation.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, that's right. Women, make love to me. Do the whole thing. I'm with you, Fasha. She says she agrees with you, Peggy. Make love to me, Negro.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing. Like we said, we talked about that as well. Men can lay down and have sex and not love you a bit, not be
Not
in
at
love
all.
with you, not even like you. You know what I'm
Hardly.
saying? And they will sex you up and sex you down and walk away and ghost you or whatever, whatever, because it was just sex to them. So, like you say, don't be so quick to move and assume that everything is good and you're in a relationship and you're moving forward and getting ready to get married and God told you this is my husband and now you're ready to just give up everything and do everything that wife supposed to do in the bedroom, and it's not even that. It's not even that, baby. Slow down.
Ray says, doesn't your friend open her mouth wide when she goes to the dentist? I don't think so. And that's not on trying to get something, huh?
If she's incapable and she got issues, she can't open her mouth for so wide. She can't even do that when she goes to the dentist
No.
because she can't open her mouth.
You know, so they got to get in there with little tiny tools and, you know, work it out the best way they can. I'm just saying, too. Yeah, so I don't think she opens it up too wide.
Open her mouth wide, that's going to be painful for somebody.
Yeah.
Trying to put something in your mouth and you can't even open your mouth with a half an inch. How you gonna
Right.
get something that's gonna be growing in there? Get in there. It might get in there when it's soft, and then things start happening. It's gonna get big. And what happened? Your penis gonna get stuck in her mouth.
The worst, she can't open up her mouth wide enough for the penis to avoid her teeth. You don't want your teeth scraping on it.
Right. Because you're going to be in some pain. Trust that. You don't want that.
Say to me, what's love got to do with it? And see, and that's
Not
what we know.
That's the point. That's my point. Love sometimes, especially when it comes to men dealing sexually with a woman, love don't have a damn thing to do with it because they're not in love. They're not looking for love. They ain't trying to be in love. They're just trying to get their rocks off right now and enjoy themselves and release some pressure and some stress. And you were the one that they picked and chose that night. You the easy flow or whatever, how you go, and that's what y'all doing. And that's what it is. So know what you're getting into.
For real. Irvin, you so nasty. He said, I'm going to the dentist with her and kill two birds with one stone. What you going to do? Tell the dentist to leave the room? It'll probably work, though. If she's all numbed up, you can probably jack her mouth all the way open. Listen, this is terrible. Where are we going with this? This is horrible.
Irvin. My brother, we ain't gonna do that to you. Come on now.
Hey y'all, make sure that you follow Irvin Simpson Monday nights at 7:00 on his Facebook talk show, The Barbershop Conversations. The fellas have it going on over there.
Well, tell them Monday I'm coming on to make sure I come through and hijack that show. I'm coming through riding. I'm coming to hijack the show with some hot topics over there. Right on track. Mm-hmm.
Get them right off track. Because we ain't asked another question. We probably had 50 questions. We stopped asking. We done went from dating to the proper techniques to performing fellatio.
Yes. I'm sure there are a couple of tips to be had up in here somewhere tonight.
Much love to your fiance. She's there with him. He's up there. He getting his hair done. Yeah, that's another thing, Negro. You got pretty hair. He got pretty hair. He got hair to be done.
Okay.
Irvin said, "Come on, Miss Peggy. Come on, ride through. Go on up there."
On Monday, yes. No, I'm gonna be on this end, but I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna hit them up.
She gonna jump on. She gonna be in the audience.
Right, I'm gonna be in the audience. I ain't coming through, but I'm gonna be on the audience. Side.
Oh my my God. And so, Stacey, let's get back to it. You know, so all right. So Peggy, do you have some more questions?
I don't really have a whole lot more questions. Like I said,
Okay.
my things were, do you want to have children? Do you want to have more children? How many baby mamas do you have? How involved
Those are
are
for
you?
younger women. Those are questions for younger people.
No, there are some older men that still want to have, don't care if they get a woman pregnant and have a baby, but I can't. I'm
He
not in that
don't no
position to
man
do
want to
that.
get your ass or my old ass pregnant.
Well, like I said, there are some men out there that still can make babies.
Oh
So,
yeah, listen, they can make babies, but they got to make babies with somebody who can make a baby.
right. Well, that's true. But like I said, I still want to know if you desire to still have children because I'm not the woman that can give you one if you want one. This is what I'm saying. I think that's a pertinent question to ask. If you're still looking to have another baby, and I know I'm well past childbearing age, and I can't give you a child, then I'm not the right woman for you to settle down with looking to have another baby.
What I would ask, because we know men well into their 50s and 60s who are capable of producing a child, I want to know, do you have any, how old, do you have any children and how old are they?
I already
Because
answered
if
that
you
question.
got a child, if you're 62 and you have a child that's 5 years old, I want to know what's going on over there. Are you taking care of this child? What's your relationship with this child's mother?
Well, that was the
That
question. Do you
type
have
of thing
children?
to
Do you want
me.
to have more children? How many baby mamas do you have? Because I want to know how many baby mamas you're interacting with. What's the relationship with the women? You sleeping with them still? You can run through anytime you want to and get some. Are you available to them anytime they? Is it going to be a problem or issue for me to move forward? Are they going to be running by my house every 20 minutes? They want to fight? They want to scratch up my car? That my 22s or my 24s? What's up? I don't want to get involved. So, like I said, that's a perfect question for you to ask. Do you want more children? How many baby mamas you got? Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that in that case, I agree that those are pertinent questions because you're right. If he started late, he might want to have more children. Not for me. Uh-oh. Irvin says, are men supposed to spend money on kids that are not his with the woman that he is dating? Only if he feels like it. I don't think that he's supposed to do anything for those
He's not
children. I'm
supposed to
like,
do
where the baby
anything,
daddy?
anything that he feels, whatever he feels comfortable with doing. If he feels like he wants to do things for your children that you already have, that's perfectly fine and wonderful. I'm sure it's welcomed and appreciated. But you are not entitled or obligated by no extent of law that you have to provide. We just did the story on the girl last week who wanted to embarrass the baby daddy for only bringing McDonald's by for one child when she had two or three other children in the household, and she felt it was wrong for him to just bring McDonald's for the one child. That's not. He said those are not my other children. I'm not dating you anymore. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. He was doing that as a courtesy. So no, you're not obligated. You're a nice person. You have to do that. Then I say, sure, do it. Of course, the lady would love you all the more that you care enough for her children to do nice things for them. Buy them things or clothes, take them to dinner, whatever it is.
No. And he specifically said in this question, the woman he is dating.
Right.
Dating doesn't have those kind of requirements attached to it. I would say that you shouldn't even be meeting her children. It should be 6 months or somewhere down the line before you're even meeting them. And so you don't want to be no Uncle Daddy. You know what I mean? You don't want that title.
And you know what?
Right to
Go ahead.
Ray says, in the words of Daffy Duck, that's all, folks.
Okay. And one other thing I want to add to the story. What did we find out about that whole skit thing? It was a skit.
Oh yeah, that whole thing, that whole McDonald's thing where she was, ranting and raving and going back and forth about this man. It was a skit. It was the la-di-da. It was the okey doke.
It was something they did to put out there to go viral.
Yeah, and but what it did was cause people to have a lot of conversation about that, about what you should expect or whatever. But Irvin says he has always supported the household. So when you come, so are you saying, Irvin, that when you come into a woman's life, you help and contribute the entire household? He says, so would a woman support a man that has a daughter in his care? Support, is what do you mean by support? Do you mean financially, or do you mean emotionally, or in other
babysitting, or
right,
picking
the household,
or what?
Chances are no. No, I'm not going to financially support a man's household because he has a daughter.
No, that's between two people to decide what they want to do, what type of support, and how supportive they're going to be, and what ways they're going to be supportive on an individual case by case by due basis. You're not he nor she should be held accountable for having to support the household because we date.
No, he doesn't have to. And Stacy, just to let you know, he was talking about your sound. To let you know, we use a streaming service that allows us to broadcast on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So our control is we're really at the mercy of the system and the signal. So whatever, when you hear things kind of off, or it sounds like somebody's in the twilight zone, it's really the Wi-Fi signal, and it's a part of the system that we don't have any control over on our end. Just to answer your question. But when once you start getting deep and talking about supporting people and all of those kind of things, that's past the dating stage. That's you've done some dating, you've had some questions answered, you're at a point where you feel comfortable with the person, and now you've moved into being monogamous with monogamous with this person, and you're looking to build a life with them. Then you might start offering support financially and emotionally and other kind of leads, but that comes after this initial dating process. And another question that we didn't ask is, do you drink, do you smoke, do you do drugs? If you do drugs, what kind of drugs do you do? Yeah,
because I want to know how you change what your how you conduct yourself after you had 3 or 4 drinks. Now you ready to slap me around and cuss me out and call me all kind of names. You're gonna drag me by my hair, make me have sex with you, come home demanding. What's gonna happen when you drunk out there? When you drinking and you're not the same person that I've probably most likely met originally, and your demeanor's totally changed. I may not want to deal with you. I don't like you when you drink. I don't be around you when you snorting your coke, or you doing your reefer or marijuana. Or you may get, you know what I'm saying? I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I don't do none of that. I don't want to deal with a person that have a habit that can't control themselves with whatever it is that their choices are.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't want to deal with you drunk, because I'm not getting drunk and acting a fool and carrying on and wanting to fight and argue with you.
Irvin says that we into that. Our answer is not the same. Support is support. If you're dating someone, he says, I didn't give you all of that when it was a man. Okay, Irvin.
But again, it's up
You
to
know,
the man. It's totally the man's discretion. If you can afford to go in riding on that white horse, and a lot of men do and can and will. And then you have a lot of them that will not and ain't and could and still not gonna do it. So it depends on the man and what he want to do. Really,
yeah.
what you work out and what you figure out with your woman or what her expectations are for you to do for her as a woman is one thing. But like I said, when you start saying you supporting the household and the kids and all that other stuff, that's totally up in the air. That's totally y'all decisions to. I'm with it. What woman not gonna turn down some support for the household? You coming in saying, hey, baby, I got the rent this month. Don't worry about it. You think she gonna say, oh no, baby, take that rent money and go somewhere for that. I don't want that.
But what Irvin is saying is, would you do likewise? You know,
If you can
would you
afford to,
offer
like I said,
support
that's
to
the
him?
conversation that has to be had as you move along. I don't think no woman just gonna go in supporting it unless she's financially capable and have the heart to do so. That it work both ways the same way.
And yeah,
She
and
could be financially able to do it if he
sometimes the
needs help.
support can come in other ways. You know, if he has a daughter and he needs somebody to talk to her about
Braid her hair,
cycle. You know, he needs somebody to
do her
to
hair.
do her hair.
Yeah.
And that
Go
sort
to
of
school,
thing,
take
to
her
help
dance.
her with
Yes.
clothes, and to show her how to be a young lady.
Right.
All those things, most definitely. I
Yeah.
would support that,
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
And we talked before about, do you really have time to date? So when you're merging your lifestyle and your schedule, it might be sometimes that he needs you to stay with his daughter or pick her up, or daughter, son, children, whatever. You're involved with this person, of course, to be a support to them in a multitude of areas is
Ways,
something
yeah.
that I would do.
Right. Yeah. And
I
most
would.
women don't have a problem doing that.
Mm-mm.
They don't because they love that man. They love their men. When they love your men, they gonna love what's a part of you. And your children are a part of you. So we're gonna love your kids. We're gonna want to be a part of their lives and want to be an important factor at some point in their life. So we're gonna be loving and caring and giving to the child, most likely. Most women have a
Mm-hmm.
nurturing heart.
Ray says, y'all know the first thing that ladies say is that this is a package deal. And then they try to set the tone of what she expects in regards to the financial aspect. Some, what he says, oh, alert, you are not obligated, period.
Right.
And I don't know. And I guess, and that's for both sides. The woman is not
Right.
obligated. The man is
No,
not obligated. You decide to be
what
obligated.
to do and how much to do and when to do and how to do and all that. It's
Yeah.
worked out as
But
it goes.
yeah, but just like women say that this is a package deal, and they let you know what they what they want and what they expect in regards to the financial aspect, men do the same thing on the other side with sex.
Sex.
Hey, look, if
And
I'm
you
going to
have
be taking care
you
of you
have
and giving you money, I need my, look.
I want so and such needs taken care of.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you have a right to back out of that anytime you want to. Well, this is not gonna work for me. I don't want to feel obligated because you doing such and such that I gotta do such and such on demand or whenever you make myself available whenever you want to, because now we finna go into this sugar mama, sugar daddy business again. And I'm not on that. I don't want to do that. I'm not being on the clock like that. Whatever the case may be. That could be your deal breaker. Nobody have to do anything.
Mm-mm. But yeah, yes, Irvin, definitely the support would be there. Especially from the emotional standpoint of it. I can't imagine not doing that for somebody who I really cared for.
Yeah,
Irvin said, "You're damn right. One swap for a swindle. That's right. An even swap ain't no swindle." I take care of you. You take care of me.
Yeah, we did that show, right? We did that
Yeah,
show. We had a whole
yeah.
segment on that. A man proposed to take care of you, pay all your bills for the month, and make sure your car note, insurance, and everything is taken care of. You gonna be, yeah, you need to be available for him when he feel like he want to see you and spend time with you, or fly you out, or whatever. You getting on the plane. You getting ready to take a trip.
Or
So you do
whatever. Or he said he on the
whatever.
way over.
You do, yeah,
You
whatever.
you you
So
you go get that thing cleaned up.
you work it out. It's arrangements worked out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Call it what you
Uh,
want to call it. You can give what a name title you want it to be. You know what it is.
Stacey talking about, oh no, we don't, because I said that, men lay out their expectations too. He says, no, we don't. Men don't do that. He says, I'm appalled. Well, you can be a Paul or a John or a Tom or Dick or a Harry.
Yeah, and you appalled, and I'm gonna give you an applause. Here you go.
Because he knows that they do. He knows they do. Oh my God. Y'all are wearing me out tonight. Y'all are wearing me out tonight. Listen.
It's been a ball. It's been a
Listen,
blast.
it's been a ball. Listen, I'm going to do like they do in church. Are all hearts satisfied?
Free and clear.
Free and
Now
clear.
never hold your peace. Any confessions? Anybody got any confessions? Anything going on anybody heart tonight? They want to speak about? Speak now.
Speak now.
Take it in now.
Come forward. Bring it, come lay it on the altar.
Come on and talk about
it. Much love to you. We got nothing but love for you. Y'all are the best ever. And even with all of the technical issues here and there tonight, absolute best show ever. Much love to you. Thank you for being in the virtual audience with you. Remember, we do this every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, and we invite you to join us. We absolutely love you for that. Any final words, girlfriend Peggy?
No final words. Just ask all the questions your little heart desires. Don't feel bad about asking questions that's pertinent and important to you. Find out as much as you can find out before you make any commitments, and put your expectations out there, and know that you're dealing with a person that won't even be able to meet the expectations. You're gonna know through questions. So do ask questions.
Yes, on both sides all the time. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And pass that offering plate around. I'm with you when you're right, Stacy. And Ray Marine, the night won't be anything without you if you don't make your comment. I'm gonna give you a chance to make that one last comment, Ray. You got to close it out, boo. What is it? You can't make this shit up.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing but love for you, baby.
Right. That's raw talk for you.
That's raw talk all the way. All the way. Well, have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you. Don't ask us what we're going to talk about next week. We don't know.
We don't get to that until a few days. We munch over some things. We see what come up on our minds. We see what's in the news, what's popping, what's the topic conversation possibly, or we make shit up. We got to do we didn't get a chance to show the girl picture tonight with her legs up in the air.
Oh no, we sure didn't. All right, so we'll hold on to that.
Is it wrong?
All right,
Wednesday coming up next week. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll do Is It Wrong or Just Ratchet show next week.
Yeah. Is it wrong or ratchet? So that's for next week. Okay. There you go.
And if you got something you want to send us a video on Is It Wrong or Ratchet, send it to our DM. DM us, and maybe we could use it on the show.
Yep, tag us with it at Raw Talk or personally, and let us know if you've seen something that's wrong or ratchet. Holla back, because we're definitely going to do a segment on wrong or ratchet next week, because we got something that's really ratchet.
Really ratchet and really wrong on all levels.
On all levels. Much love to you. Peace and blessings. Y'all take care.